Go ahead and sit comfortably, whatever that looks like for you. And we'll just go inward for a minute or two. So as your eyes close, feel your shoulders relax down your back. And feel the connection your body makes with the floor. Feel your body's relationship with gravity. That there's this force that is drawing you toward the core of the earth. And throughout our days, most of the time, we're trying to work against that force to move around. We're mobile creatures. But in this moment, as we come into a state of more stillness, see if instead of fighting against gravity, if you could just surrender a little bit to it. Feel the shoulders drop down away from your ears. Your jaw relaxes. Your eyes. And then there's the base of your body again. The points of contact your body makes with the floor. And feeling yourself rooted, grounded, supported, stable. Taking a few more deep breaths into that awareness. And we'll allow our practice tonight to help us continue to feel this rooted feeling, this inward turning, downward turning force. So go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart and bow your chin and just honor yourself as you are in this moment, this body, this breath, energetic state of mind. It's in service of and from that place that we will practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over your eyes. And then brush back over the top of your head, down your neck, bringing yourself back to the room. And then we're going to come on to our backs to start. So go ahead and come to lie down, moving any props you have off to the side. Good. So once you come down onto your back and continue to take your time if you're still moving, you're going to bring your feet flat to the floor so that the heels stack underneath your knees, about hip distance apart. Good. So this first exercise that we'll do is going to involve some really subtle movement. So listen carefully as we go along. Just take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, feel all the muscles of your pelvis contract inward and upward, and then tuck your tailbone under slightly, tilting the pelvis towards your heart. Hips stay on the ground. And then inhale, release that contraction. Everything relaxes. Again, as exhale, squeeze all the muscles of the pelvis in and up. Feel your tailbone tuck under, pelvis tilting towards your heart. And then inhale, the pelvis relaxes, all the muscles relax. Again, exhale, squeeze all the muscles of your pelvis, tilt the tailbone up, pelvis tilting, and then inhale, release. We're going to do a couple more times of just that. Exhale, squeeze everything in and up, tilt the tailbone slightly forward. It's as if you're going to pick up the hips, but you don't. And then inhale, relax. One more time. Squeeze all the muscles of the pelvis in and up, tilt the tailbone, tilt the pelvis, and then inhale, relax. So we're going to do that again. We're going to add some more movement to it. So with your exhale, squeeze up the muscles of the pelvis, tilt the tailbone, and then pick up the hips, reaching the pelvis toward the ceiling. Keep squeezing the muscles of your pelvic floor as you release the hips back down. And once the hips touch the floor, then relax the muscular contraction of the pelvis. Let's do that again. Go ahead and grip clench the muscles of the pelvis. Scoop the tailbone under, lift the hips toward the ceiling. And exhale, release the hips down. Keep clenching the muscles of the pelvis until the hips come down, then relax. Again, squeezing all those muscles in, then tilting the tailbone up, then the hips rise. Hips release, tailbone relaxes, then the muscles uncontract, decontract. Exhale, contract again. Tailbone tucks under, lift the hips up. Exhale, release the hips down. Then relax the pelvic floor. Let's do about 3 more of those. Good. Squeezing up the pelvic floor, lifting the hips. Exhale, releasing the hips, then relaxing the pelvic floor. 2 more times, squeezing up those muscles. Tilt the tailbone under, pick up the hips. Exhale, release the hips down, then relax the pelvic floor. Last time, and we'll hold the pose, and we'll hold that contraction of the pelvic floor. So go ahead and squeeze up and contract all the muscles of the pelvis. Keep that contraction. Lift the hips toward the ceiling. Breathe normally, but keep squeezing those muscles of the pelvis as you lift the hips high. Deep breath in, squeeze up the pelvic floor. Exhale, release the hips, and then release the pelvic floor. Take a moment, just feel sensation. Maybe there's some heat or softness or sensation around the pelvis, the hip joints, the base of your body. Good. All right, so from here, keep your left foot flat on the floor where it's at right now, stacking underneath the heel, and then, or underneath the knee, and then cross your right ankle, the center of your left thigh. Crossing the right ankle, center of the left thigh, and then pull the toes back on the right foot. By flexing the right foot, you're protecting the ankle and the knee joint. So keep it flexed. I'll remind you as we go along. All right, your arms can stay down by your side. When you're ready, inhale, press the left foot into the floor, lift your hips into the air, coming into a modified bridge. Then exhale, release the hips back down. Again, inhale, lift the hips into the air. And exhale, release the hips back down. We're going to do a few more of these. It does not have to be your highest bridge pose. Just lift up as high as you can. And then exhale, release. Twice more. And then you guessed it, on the last round, we're going to hold. So go ahead and lift the hips, pressing up as high as you can. And you're really squeezing and activating on the left side. And the right hip can relax a little bit here. And breathe. One more breath. Inhale, push up as high as you can. And then exhale, release the hips down. Good. And then uncross the leg. You can stretch it out if you need to. Take a moment in center. Good. And then let's do the other side. So stacking your right heel or ankle underneath your right knee, go ahead and cross the left ankle, center of the right thigh. Again, you're flexing the left foot back, pulling the toes back. This protects the ankle and the knee joint. Keep your arms down by your side. And with your inhale, go ahead and press the right foot into the floor and lift the hips up, coming into this modification of bridge. And then exhale, release the hips back down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, releasing down. We'll do about 3 more. Inhale, hips lift. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to hold on this last round. Go ahead and lift the hips into the air. And breathe. And you're activating strongly through your right side of the body, especially the right glute. See if you can relax the left hip a little bit. Keep the left foot flexed. Again, protecting the ankle and the knee joint. And still breathing. One more breath here. Push up to your highest point with this next inhalation. And then exhale, carefully release the hips down. And once you're there, uncross the leg. Good. Now from here, go ahead and walk your feet away from your body about 6 more inches. And take your feet as wide apart as your sticky mat. Your arms can rest out to the side. And then connecting to your breath, with your inhale, allow your knees to fall to the right. With your exhale, flatten the lower back to the floor and allow that movement to bring your knees back to center. And then inhale, take the knees to the left. And then exhale, bring the knees back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the left. And exhale back to center. Please continue on your own breath, inhaling to a side, exhale coming back to center. And do your best to keep the feet mat width apart the entire time. You want a nice wider stance with the feet than you might normally do in a twist. And the reason for that is as we move from side to side, we're helping to stretch the iliopsoas muscle, this big wraparound muscle that comes from your lower back around the side of the body and down into your groin. When we feel some hip pain or lower back pain sometimes, it's because this muscle, this big, huge muscle, and there's one on each side, get tight. So this helps to relax that a little bit. Inhaling to a side, exhaling to center. It's also helping to loosen up the hip joint. Couple more times from side to side. Good. As your knees come back to center this time, go ahead and stay in center. Feel sensation for a moment. And then we're going to do just a little bit more here on our backs. So go ahead and bring your feet back into the bridge pose prep. So heel stacking underneath your knees about hip distance apart. And you're going to cross your right ankle center of the left thigh again. And you're going to flex the right foot, again, protecting the ankle and the knee joint. So what's going to happen this time is you're going to lift your left foot off the ground, bringing the left knee into your chest. And this is going to start to stretch the right hip. Your right hand can reach between the legs, and then both hands can hold behind your left thigh. Okay? Now, once you have that connection holding onto the back of the left leg, don't yank the leg in toward your chest. The hips do not like to be rushed. Just bring your body into the point of tension or the point that you feel the stretch, and just breathe at that point. Keep the right foot flexed. Now, if you'd like to, while you're here, where you feel tension in the body, which I'm assuming is going to be somewhere around your right hip joint, just see if you can imagine that space softening or relaxing. Sometimes I even just ask that part of the body. I'm like, hey, right hip, can you tone it down just a bit? Can you relax just a bit? And sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. And what you may notice after several breaths is that right hip starts to relax a bit more. So we'll stay for just a few more rounds of breath. Good. Now, without dropping the leg, carefully bring the left foot back to the floor and then uncross the right leg. You can stretch it out if you need to before we do the other side. Good. When you're ready for side number 2, bring your right foot flat to the floor, heel stacking underneath the knee, and this time we'll cross the left ankle center of the right thigh. Flex the left foot, again, protecting the ankle and the knee joint. And then we're going to go ahead and lift the right knee toward the chest. Your left hand can reach between the legs this time, and both hands can hold behind the right thigh. Again, don't yank it in. Just bring it to a point of a stretch and breathe at that point. Now, as you do this second side, one thing you can notice is if you have more access or less access initially to this hip. We tend to hold tension asymmetrically because we use the body asymmetrically. So one leg is usually a little tighter than the other. So just notice which one you might be on right now. And regardless, breathe into that stretch. And just like the first side, if you want to just think about softening that tension in the left hip, maybe seeing the tension melting, maybe asking that left hip joint, hey, left hip joint, can you soften it back just a little bit? It sometimes helps. Staying for just a few more rounds of breath. All right. Don't drop the foot. Just carefully bring the right foot back to the floor and uncross the left leg. You can stretch the legs out again if you need to. Just take a couple moments to adjust. And actually, I'd like us to come back into an earlier exercise. So starting with bridge prep, feet stacking underneath the knees, walk your feet forward a couple of inches again, about 6 inches, and take your feet as wide apart as your mat. And we're just going to do this psoas stretch one more time, and it might help with any tension you're feeling in the hips right now. So arms relax out to the side. Inhale, take the knees to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, take the knees to the left. Exhale, back to center. So inhaling to a side, exhaling back to center. And we'll just go in this exercise and this flow for about 30 seconds or so. Just taking care of any of that tension that is arised in the hip joints. Also giving a little bit more love and stretch to that psoas muscle. Good. One more time on each side. And as the knees go to the right this time, go ahead and just roll all the way over onto your right side. And then bring yourself up and we'll come on to hands and knees to continue. Table pose. Take your time coming up. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips or slightly further back. Inhale, look forward with your heart. Feel the tailbone lift behind you. With your exhale, go all the way back to child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead to the floor. And then inhale, float back up. This time, curl the toes under and lift the hips into the air, coming into downward facing dog. Good. Now it's our first down dog of the night, so go ahead and walk it out. Taking a heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee. Feeling length in the backs of your legs, length in your spine. Breathing into any tight places in your body, the hamstrings, your lower back, maybe the shoulders. We're going to take care of all of that tonight. Good. With your next inhalation, please come into plank pose, straight line push-up position. And if you need to, you can have knees down here, but let's stay for 3 breaths. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, plank yourself down to the floor. Again, either straight down or knees down, chest down. Release the feet. Feeling your pelvis ground into the floor. With your next inhale, lift the head, chest, and the legs up off the ground, coming into locust pose. As you exhale, float back down. We're going to do 5 of those total, so 4 more. Inhale, coming up locust pose. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, locust. Exhale, release. Twice more. Last one. And exhale, release down. Curl the toes under. Push up to hands and knees. And then back into downward facing dog. Take 2 or 3 breaths here. Good. So in downward facing dog, please lift your right leg high into the air behind you, as high as you can. We'll stay for a breath or 2. And then take a deep breath in here. With your exhale, swing or carry step the right foot between your hands. Now, it might not make it all the way on the first try, so if it makes it only halfway, reach down with your right hand and help the right foot through. Your back knee can come down to the ground now. And with your inhale, go ahead and sweep your arms up. Open the heart toward the ceiling, coming into the crescent lunge. With your exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, and then straighten your right leg. Pull the toes back towards you, feeling a stretch in the back of your right leg. Good. Then inhale, rock forward. Curl the back toes under, and let's step back to downward facing dog. Good. So let's give that a try on the other side. So lifting your left leg high. Again, we'll stay for a breath or 2. And then take a deep breath in here. With your exhale, swing or carry step the left foot between the hands. Again, if it only makes it partway, reach down and grab it and help it forward. Back knee on the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up, coming into the crescent lunge, opening the heart. Exhale, take your hands to the floor and straighten the left leg. Pull the toes towards you, feeling a stretch in the back of the leg. Good. Then inhale, rock forward. And then exhale again, step back to downward facing dog. Good. Right leg lifts, please. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Again, help it through. Back knee coming down to the floor. When you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up and open the heart toward the sky. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Bring the hands down and straighten the right leg. Pull the toes back. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot all the way through, helping it along. Back knee to the ground. Crescent lunge, inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten the leg, pull the toes back. And then inhale, rock forward and step back to downward facing dog. We'll do 1 more time on each side. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through, helping it along. Back knee to the floor. Inhale, come on up, crescent lunge. Exhale, palms down again. Straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. Then inhale, rock forward. And exhale, step back. Again, downward dog. Good. Left leg lifts. And exhale, step it on through. Back knee releases. Again, crescent lunge when you're ready. Come on up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Straighten the front leg. Pull the toes back. Then inhale, rock forward. This time, step the back foot forward, coming into the standing forward fold. Good. So let's stay here for a breath or 2. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, the neck. Just taking a few deep breaths into this fold. Good. So with your next inhale, please press palms to shins, come halfway up, bring your heart parallel to the floor. Then exhale, go ahead and fold back down. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, come all the way up to standing or reaching the arms overhead. And then exhale, bring your palms to your heart. Good, feeling sensation. Good, so bringing your awareness back. If you have water nearby, I recommend hydrating. It's a little warm today where I'm at, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't pass out. I'm good, I promise. All right, so next we're gonna do some arm swings. So this is a three-part inhale through the nose with one powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. So you'll start with your feet about hip distance apart, a nice stable stance, okay? And then your inhale, you're gonna take the arms up. Then you're gonna inhale, take the arms back. And then again, inhale, take the arms up. And then as you exhale, jab the elbows back. So it's a three-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. So it's inhale, 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 exhale, jab. Inhale, 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 exhale, jab. Go ahead and join me. Three-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. You want to feel the navel pull into the body and up, helping to clear your respiratory system. And find a pace you can maintain. We're going to go for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Try to feel the full movement of your shoulder joints. Up, back, up, then jab. Good, we're about a minute in, so about 30 more seconds or so. Powerful exhale, really clear the respiratory system. It's almost like a wheeze. Really swing the arms out. About 10 more seconds. Three, two, and one. Relax. Get still. Notice sensation, your breath rate, your heart rate, the feeling in your body. Good. With your next inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms together if you can, and hold the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your mouth, release the arms. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Holding the breath in at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. One more time. Hold. Exhale. Good. All right, beautiful. We're going to move through a sun salutation next. So go ahead and move to the top of your mat if you're not there already. And we're going to play around with the same lunge series that we did during our warm-up. And that'll help make sure that we are ready to come into pigeon pose in a little bit. So stacking the feet underneath the hips, go ahead and bring your palms to your heart. Relax the shoulders. Find your breath. And we'll move on the flow of your breath. So with your next inhalation, lift your arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward and down, standing forward fold. Press palms to shins again, come halfway up, heart parallel to the floor. Then exhale, release, and step your right foot way back and take the back knee to the ground. With your inhale, sweep your arms up, heart opening. Exhale, hands down to the floor, and then straighten the left leg, pull the toes toward you. Good. Inhale, rock forward, and we're going to step back to downward facing dog, taking the left foot back. Good. Inhale into plank pose or knees down. Then exhale, plank yourself down to the floor. Release the feet. Inhale, locust pose, head, chest, and legs lift. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes under. Push up to hands and knees, and back to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift your right leg high. Then exhale, step the foot forward, helping it through. Back knee comes down to the ground. And again, inhale, lift the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, take the hands to the floor. Straighten the leg, pull the toes back. Then inhale, rock forward, step the back foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, flat back coming all the way up. And then palms to the heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, inhale, halfway up. And exhale, release, step the left foot back this time. Back knee to the ground, crescent lunge, inhale, lift. Exhale, palms down, straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. Good. Inhale, rock forward and step back to downward facing dog. Stepping back. Plank pose. Exhale down to the earth. Locust rise, head, chest, and legs, inhale. Exhale, release, curl the toes under, push up to hands and knees, and back to downward facing dog. This time your left leg lifts, and exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Again, help it through. Back knee to the ground. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, palms to the floor. Straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. And then inhale, rock forward and step the back foot forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up. Forward fold, exhale. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back. Knee to the ground, crescent lunge, lifting up. Exhale, hands down, straighten the front leg, pull the toes toward you. And then inhale, rock forward, and again, step back to downward facing dog. Plank pose. To the earth. Locust rise, head, chest, and legs, inhale. And exhale, release, curl the toes under, push up, and back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, please. And exhale, step the foot between the hands. Back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Straighten the front leg. Then inhale, rock forward. Step the back foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Let's do one more, all right? Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, palms to shins. Exhale, release, step the left foot back, prepping for your lunge, knee on the ground. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands down, straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. Then inhale, rock forward. Exhale, step back again, downward facing dog. Plank pose or knees down. Exhale, come down to the earth. Inhale, locust rise. And then exhale again, returning to downward facing dog, pushing up and back. Once you're there, left leg lifts. And then exhale, bring it all the way through. Help it forward. Back knee to the ground. Inhale, lift the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, palms to the earth, straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. Then inhale, rock forward, step forward. Palms to shins halfway up. And exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up. In palms to the heart. Good. Just feel sensation for a moment. Breath rate, heart rate, feeling in the body. Good. Deep breath in and out. All right. So now we're going to move our way into pigeon pose. It's an asymmetrical pose, so we'll do it once on each side. And we'll come into the first side from a standing forward fold. So if you're at the top of your mat, just go ahead and fold forward once again. And then step your left foot way back and take the back knee to the ground. That's why we did so many lunges earlier, so that you'd have the space open in the hip. Now, your right foot is on the right side of your mat. I'm going to ask you to shimmy your right foot all the way to the left side of your yoga mat. And so at a certain point, you'll be on the pinky edge of the right foot. And then to the best of your ability, release the shin down parallel to the front of your mat. Now, that's an ideal. If that doesn't really happen, it's okay to pull the right foot back toward your body slightly. Just don't bring it all the way toward your groin, because at a certain point, you just come out of the pose, okay? Keep the back toes curled under, and then have your hands flat on the floor, or it can be on your fingertips, and look straight forward. The hips are squaring forward, the heart is looking forward, and the hips are sinking down and back. Having the toes curled under behind you, the left toes, will help to make sure that your hips stay squared. Because if you release them, sometimes you can just fall out of the pose, and that's not really doing anything. So keep them curled under. It also might be enticing to fold forward here. Stay lifted if you can. Sometimes when we fold forward into this pose too soon, it actually pulls us out of the stretch. So we want to make sure that we're really getting into this hip joint as best we can. And don't be disheartened if your hips don't come all the way down. Just stay wherever you're at in the exercise and just breathe. Again, the hips don't like to be rushed. And if you do feel tension, which, you know, with pigeon pose, most of us feel tension in pigeon pose, see if you can soften that, either just by having the intention that that region of the body is softening. You can ask it to soften. If you're good with internal visuals, you just might imagine light softening that. I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. And notice where your mind goes when the pose gets uncomfortable. Staying for just a little bit longer. Breathe. If you haven't taken a deep breath in a little bit, just take a deep breath. Really fill the lungs on inhale and let it go on exhale. One more breath here. Good. So to come out of this side with your back toes still curled under, go ahead and bring the back knee forward a little bit. And then scooch the right leg back behind you, coming onto hands and knees. Now, a couple of options to adjust before we do the other side. Some of us like to come into child's pose. You may want to come into downward facing dog, especially if you're feeling some crunching in the hip or like a squeezing or a clenching. And there might even be a different pose that you want to do here to help adjust. Good. So we do have another side to do. So let's go ahead when you're ready and prep for that. So go ahead and, if you're on hands and knees, step your left foot between the hands. Okay. Again, we've been in this lunge before. We know what we're doing here. The left foot is on the left side of your mat right now, and you're going to again shimmy it over to the other side, to the right side of your mat. And you'll end up being on the pinky edge of that foot. Good. And then carefully release the shin parallel to the front of your mat or thereabouts. Once you get it there, you might notice that that heel needs to come back towards your body slightly. Just don't bring the heel all the way towards your groin. Curl the back toes under, hips squared, and then get comfortable. I don't even mean that mockingly. I mean, try to find a way to be okay here, to be comfortable in discomfort. Especially at first, when you first get into this pose, the body's like, what are you doing? And like, we're just stretching. We're just stretching. It's okay. It's nothing to run from, nothing to scream about, though it might feel like it. And again, you can do that work with your mind where you just imagine the tension dissolving or softening. You can ask the tension to relax. Keep the hips sinking down and even backwards slightly. And notice where your mind goes. Sometimes when we are in a pose that's uncomfortable or a situation that's uncomfortable, we dissociate. The mind tries to go somewhere else. See if you can stay present with what you're feeling and take deep breaths if you notice your breath becoming shallow. Again, we're staying in this pose for a while so that we have the time to allow the hip to relax and release. Dissolving tension. Again, if you haven't taken a deep breath in a while, go ahead and do so. We'll stay for about 1 or 2 more breaths, okay? We're almost there. All right, so to come out of the posture with the back toe still curled under, go ahead and bring the back knee forward a little bit. And then sweep the left leg back. And it's dealer's or player's choice as far as how you adjust. So maybe it's a child's pose, maybe it's a downward facing dog, can be a completely different posture. Just listen to your body and just see what it needs to help adjust from that deep, deep hip stretch. And if you're not sure what to do, just explore. See what might feel right. Good. When you're ready, please come down onto your abdomen again. Release the feet. And have your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bent, prepping for locust pose. Feeling the pelvis ground. With your next inhale, lift the head, chest, and the legs. And we're going to stay for about 3 or 4 breaths. Just depends on how quickly or not quickly you breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale, release on down. Good. So from here, go ahead and roll over onto your back. Just flipping over. Just a couple more postures before we come into our resting pose. So go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. And once they're there, take the arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body. If there's furniture nearby or something you don't want to touch, you can do goalpost arms. And have the knees still drawn close in toward your chest. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, allow your knees to fall towards your right side. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale, take the knees to the left. Inhale to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. Good. Come back to center. Inhale. And as you take the knees to the right side this time, go ahead and just relax them there. And try to feel your left shoulder anchoring back behind you. You can turn your chin to the left, away from the knees if you'd like. And once you settle in, if you'd like to, your right hand can rest gently on top of your left thigh or knee. Good. With your next inhale, carefully unwind back to center. And then exhale, take the knees to the left. Feel your right shoulder ground this time. Chin can turn to the right if you'd like to. And if you'd like to, left hand can rest on top of your right thigh or knee. Let's just breathe into this twist. It's a nice relieving posture for your lower back, maybe even for your hips. Good. With your next inhalation, go ahead and come back to center. And hug the knees in again. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, curl your chin in toward your throat. Bring your forehead up toward your knees. Now stay up long enough to get a tighter grip on the legs. And once you have that tighter grip, relax the head and shoulders back down. And you might start to feel a little bit deeper of a stretch in your lower back. And if you don't, think about curling your tailbone back down to the floor. So flattening the lower back down to the ground. And that'll help to give you just a bit more release. One more deep breath here. Take a deep, deep breath in. Let's fill the lungs. Exhale through your mouth. And allow that to be the catalyst to release and have your legs extend down to the floor and your toes relaxing away from one another, your arms resting to your sides. And bring yourself to rest here. Feeling the hips relax here. We've done a lot of work with them tonight. Just see them soft. Same thing for the muscles of the pelvis. Just breathing softly here. peace, peace, peace. Please go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And then go ahead and make some gentle movements in your body, your hands and feet, your arms and legs. Bringing your body and your awareness back to the space around you. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll to your right side. And transitioning up to a seat when you feel complete here. So if you're still making your way to a seat, continue to go at your own pace. Once you're here, sit tall, shoulders relaxed. And feel again that connection to gravity, that surrender to the core of the earth, being pulled down, feeling supported, grounded, stable, steady. And as your body is all of that, feel your mind more stable, grounded, and steady. Just a little bit more present. And from that state, bringing your palms to your heart, bowing the chin, and just honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight, feeling gratitude for all of the effort you put forth, all the work. So thankful that you showed up. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.